Welcome to Bitter Mix.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday, where we're a little late getting going here because it's been a bit of a strange day, but you know we're doing. So I was originally thinking I might not do today, but dying. Erica's a little sick because of this new medication she's starting, so she's gonna be resting. So I was like, yeah, I guess I'll do. So here we go. I'm gonna do it. Oh, okay, calm down there. Playlist that's just blasting stuff. We're doing okay, Hearts. You, how you do? I absolutely did not want anything food-wise. All I've had today was like a donut, and eventually I was like, I haven't ordered Taco Bell in a while. Let me make that mistake. So I actually just finished that, and the order was so hilariously simple that if they had fucked this up, it would have been like actually incredible. It was literally one bean burrito, 2 fries, and like Sprite, whatever the hell the fake equivalent of Sprite is, Starry. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was it. One of the fries, then they shockingly did get it correct. I fully would expect them to not, but I just went ahead and ate that because I was like, wow, I haven't really eaten anything all day, so it's been definitely a strange day. Been a weird one. Been a weird one on this here Boxing Day, as the everyone non-American calls it. Which is really funny because I think every time I heard that when I was younger, I 100% thought it was something to do with sports. And I never probably inquired it, but beyond any of that. Until, like, you know, the age of the internet. So when I say young, I mean, like, really young, like, dead. You got some shinies in Pokemon? Some good shinies. What about, so Jesus absolutely boxed, he rolled up the temple and was like, where the fuck is that bitch-ass Jake Paul? Now that's the one that... I can't imagine spending... Oh, that is the Punch one, right? The one that tried to be Punch Man? I can't imagine spending money to get yoked, because you know he spent a lot of money to get like a person, like trainers and shit like that, right? Spending all that money to get yoked as hell and then going and just getting your ass beat. That just feels like one of the strangest things I've ever seen. Wiggy with the 1225. It's not even the right day for that. We're past that. You did say it, though, in the notification. You said, Merry post-Crimbo Day, where we sleep off all the food we ate. They're both trying to be punch men of a sort, and both bad. Oh, yeah, because there are 2 of them, right? There's Rand Paul and Jake Paul, or something. Who the fuck knows, dude? That's Paul who just got his jaw broken the first time he fought in actual professional boxing. Was that I thought didn't he fight, like, Mike Tyson, or are we talking, like, actual professional boxer, as in, like, current professional boxer? Which is not to say that, like... just because Mike Tyson doesn't do that as much anymore, that he would not probably still beat the absolute shit out of... Yeah, he hadn't been in the ring in a decade, but I mean, like, he would still probably beat the absolute crap out of literally anyone, for the most part. Like, I would not want to go in a... I would not want to get... dude, I don't care if that guy's back is fucked. I don't care if his arms were Kenshi style falling off. I would not get into a punch competition with literally anyone that has ever been a professional boxer, because they'll just kill me. I'm not doing that. I don't care if they've been out for like 10, 15 years. So Sparrow, I called them today because this is their busiest day of the year. I was gonna see if I could get literally anyone on the phone to get my package for, because like, so the last time I went in there the day after Christmas, the line was out the door and like wrapped around the building, which is insanity, like absolute insanity. And I called up there and it just rang, and I was like, well, I guess I'm going tomorrow. I was like, I guess I'm going tomorrow. I gotta move the PO box at some point, because like it's just gotten worse and worse up there. So if I do decide to keep it, I'm 100% gonna move it closer, because that'll also make it easier, because like unfortunately the PO box is a good ways away now, so makes it a little bit harder to get up there. And then it's also like that one has absolutely gone to shit. Like, it has gone, so not to shit, but it's just like they're not nearly as on it as they used to be, which is really unfortunate, because I really love that place. The people that work there were super nice and everything like that. Now it's just, I swear to God, it's run by like little kids. Like, I never see anyone over the age of like 25 in there. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know anything about Jonathan Paul or whatever the fuck, but like that just seems insane to me. Like the idea of having all this fucking money and being like, I'm gonna pay a personal trainer to get jacked. Because like, to even do that in the first place, you gotta be in decent shape. So like, you're gonna do all that money to do that. And God knows whatever fucking drugs they were probably pumping him with, right? Like I'm sure steroids were in play in some capacity because that's just how it goes. And you know, I'm thinking about that and I'm like, imagine just spending all that money to get yoked and then be like, I'm gonna go get my ass kicked. Like, even if you won, like, fights or whatever, like, just the concept of being like, all right, I'm good. I'm gonna go in here and just go get the shit beat out of me now by somebody. Probably at some point. Because even boxers who are just, like, career boxers, I mean, that's gonna happen at some point. You're gonna get your ass absolutely fucking kicked. Thank God they have, like, rules and stuff, because, you know, whatever. I'm not talking about whether or not it's deserved. I don't know anything about the dude. He seems like an idiot. But, like, what I'm saying is, like, imagine spending all that fucking money and then just ultimately going in and being like, I'm just gonna go get my ass kicked. You know what I mean? Like, but I guess the idea is you spend all the money to get yoked and then you go get your ass beat and then all that other shit. And it's like, okay, well, and I guess you're gonna make a lot of money from that, so great, good for them. Yeah, like I don't know fucking anything about these people. Like,
Welcome.
I think the first time I heard about one of them was like with the suicide forest thing. That was, and I was like, oh cool, I'm never paying attention to anything these idiots do ever again. So I just checked out there. So anytime like any news about him popped up, I was like, couldn't care less. And all I could think of in this recent bout of whatever, when people were talking about, I guess, him getting the shit kicked out of him, I was just like, imagine spending all that money just to go get beat the fuck up. That was pretty much the same with me, Saz. I really didn't see much about him ever, and then that's just so strange to me. Like I can't imagine doing that. Can't imagine having that much money and being like, I'm gonna go get the shit kicked out of me. But then again, I also can't imagine having so much money that I would buy a social media platform and run it in the ground for my own weird little gross fascist agenda. You know, that whole thing. I can't. But let me just roll that back. I can't imagine having that much money, period. Because that is just the amount of money these like billionaires and millionaires and shit have is just crazy. I love when I try to explain that to people who like are on some thing about like anything like political, and I'm like, dude, it's been rich versus poor for fucking ever. I'm like, and if you go to bat for all these like billionaires and shit, like your brain's broken. There are like, you could easily count on one hand the number of people with that much money who aren't complete and utter pieces of shit. So if Nick bought Twitter, it'd be called Bweederbits. Dude, I was actually gonna steal that image from Roto for tonight's thing, but I was thinking about it and then I forgot, and then all I could think of was the guy that was like on fire that's falling into the curtain. It just makes me laugh every time I see it. Like, if you go to the announcements, go look at his ass. He's like, which I mean, like, that's a fair reaction. I feel like if I was burning on a stage and not prepared to be burning on a stage, I'd probably also be like, and just falling over. Who made it reindeer? Who did that? I didn't even see it. It was Wiggy with the 1225 Merry Post Crimbo Day, where we sleep all the food we ate. Making it reindeer. And then Zombie with the 91 months. Thank you for hopping back aboard. The image of him, Wiggy, and me on the weekend. Wait, what? I can count on no hands the number of people that have that much money that aren't pieces of shit. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think you'd be hard pressed to find literally any of them that probably aren't like yeah, no. The short of that story was like I couldn't even get them to answer the fucking phone because that's how. So the 26th is their busiest day of the year. Normally they have like a line wrapped around the building and shit. So I was calling up there to see if they could set my shit aside. Because the last time I tried to do that, I had to wait in line for like 30 minutes just to get a package because they don't have a separate line for pickups. And also the place is now... You know what? I didn't even see this image, and this is absolutely beautiful. You know, honestly, the fact that anyone cares enough to even be looking like the fucking... To even be looking like the chipmunks over here... I'll show it here in a second. The fact that anybody cares about this show enough to ever be looking like that is amazing, so I really appreciate it. Oh. So I meant to tell you guys. So I've been playing this little. So in order to better understand the idle RPG genre, I decided to do some poking around and find one that wasn't like, you know, that's kind of like one of the like procedural, not procedural, but like progressive ones where like you just like get stronger, you fight bigger waves of enemies, that whole thing. So I downloaded one, and I gave it a few days, and I played it for a little bit, and I actually went in the Discord and looked at some of the developer messages and stuff. So it's called Tap Night. Is it just Tap Night? It's on iOS and Android. It's a cute little game. It's not super robust or anything, but it's fun just to throw up. And I get it a little bit more now that I've kind of spent some time with it. Because I was like, I'm not diving into like these weird gacha ones with like anime booby everywhere and shit. Because those all are just predatory weird things. I was like, whatever. So it definitely is like reminiscent of like, because we were talking about it one night. It definitely reminds me of the way like things like Cookie Clicker and stuff like that work, where like the automation, it starts as like a thing where you kind of engage like directly with it, and then like as time goes on, it turns into like a big automation wagon. But I would definitely recommend it, and here's why I recommend it. There's no ads on it. It's only 99 cents, which is what actually pulled me to it in the first place. And I feel like they have like no people who are in that Discord. I don't know if the game's only apparently sold like a few hundred copies, and I was like, that's unfortunate because it actually is pretty good. And again, it's only 99 cents. It's on Android and iOS, so that's one of those things that like if you have some time, you want to try it. I actually think it's pretty good, and I really respect that they were very adamant about not doing ads and not doing any of that shit and just making a little game that was I just miss that. So like anytime I see that from any developers, I'm just like, and it's a decent little game, I'm like, I'm definitely gonna support these people because I just miss that. I miss when they would just sell a little mobile game that was like fun, you know what I mean? Like I hate that like everything's turned into like hyper monetized like nightmare gambling bullshit. Which I think that was a meme actually. I think Gigakuro, did you post that in Discord? I remember looking over there at one point and seeing the was it the dude smoking? The dude smoking, turning away the cigarette. And it was like,
I invite you, everybody. No pressure.
And it was like gotcha. It was like the gambling. What was it?
That's right.
I can't remember what it was. It was about gambling and gotcha games or some shit. I just remember fucking laughing at that. I was like, God, that's really funny. So anyway, the game's called Tap Night. Again, it's really cute. It's just a little game that has you just a little teeny tiny guy, and you just fucking whack away at stuff. But I don't normally be like, oh, you guys should go grab it if you got some. But it, like I said, it's 99 cents, and I actually thought it was pretty good, and I thought the developers seemed really nice. They were really cool. They like, I don't know. That just kills me a little bit whenever I see like game that's actually put together pretty well. It's like relatively cheap. They're not doing stupid microtransaction garbage and all that crap. Like it just makes me happy to see that. Yeah, banning gambling in their chat. That's really funny. You gave it a fair shake so you could properly critique the genre. Well, I can't like properly critique the genre, but I did want to. It was a genre that I'm not familiar with at all. And I definitely think it is like kind of like it does end up feeling like a cookie clicker or something like that kind of as time goes on. And I can totally see how people get into them. I can also see how there are some... Tap Night kind of reminds me of a really simplified version of kind of what Vampire Survivors did, where it was this game that you just buy once, and it kind of had all the trappings of like, and like the dopamine bumps of like, you know, the microtransaction nightmares and the gambling and all that shit, but it's like fine. Like I said, the name of it's Tap Night. It's 99 cents. You can go get it if you want, or not. That's fine either way. I just thought I'd talk about it for a minute because I thought it was really cool that they did that. So that always makes me happy. I like when things kind of break the norm like that, even if they're not going to make a ton of money from it or whatever. And I don't know if that's just because like that kind of aligns with how my feelings towards like sponsorships and shit like that. Like I'd much rather make my money from telling stupid jokes or streaming consistently and all that kind of stuff and providing a place for people to be, rather than be like, buy these fucking paper towels scented with butthole cream. I'd be like, yeah, good. Remember high school, we pass around one kid's iPhone 3 to play Temple Run, so you got the best score. No ads, just simple gameplay. I remember a game, and stop me if you also remember this one, but I'm sure they've got like 50 of them now because they were already on like 3 by the time I quit. It was a game called Zenonia, and it was a little like ARPG, top-down, Secret of Mana kind of thing. And I remember it being like $1.99 on the App Store when it first came out, or something like that. It was super cheap. And then they made a sequel, and that was really cool. And it was like $2. And then they did that like a few times. I would assume that little IP, which was super generic. I mean, it's not like it was anything spectacular or anything like that. It was a little top-down ARPG thing. I would assume that it is now microtransaction hell, which is really, really sad. But I don't know. I just honestly, idle clicker games predate gacha games and can be fun on their own. Most of the criticisms of modern idle games are just criticisms of gacha monetization. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I'm saying, though. That's why I kind of went for one that didn't, because it seems like a lot of them use those like gacha mechanics in them now. So from when I was like looking for one to putz around in, I was like, God, a lot of this shit is so bad. Like, just looking through things, and I finally found one that was like just a decent little game that was like $1. I was like, that's cool. Alexis, you were asking if I use Elgato stuff, like capture cards? I do. I use my current is the what is it? The Elgato 4K 60 Pro Mark II. Yes, that is what I use currently. Yeah, it's this. Yeah, it's 4K Pro Mark II. I think it's one of the best capture cards on the market, personally. It does a fantastic job of dynamically switching between inputs, especially if you're using and I'll say a decent HDMI switch. You got to get one that has the only thing I've ever had trouble with on this thing, really, like real trouble with, outside of like the general trappings of capture cards, which I could go into for quite some time, was the Switch 2. Switch 2 was the only thing. That's the only thing that didn't really work for me. Got the 4K-S for Christmas, and I'm trying to get the latency lower. 4K-S is going to be kind of tricky. The only one that I've ever been able to get decent, the only one that I've ever been able to get like really good pass-through on, or that seems like it could do really good pass-through, just due to it being, well, I'm sorry, not pass-through, specifically, like using the viewer or using OBS to actually play the game. You're always going to get a little bit more latency than what you would want otherwise. So pass-through is always going to be the best option. However, the S should be able to do like okay if you do like a scene projection or something like that in OBS. It shouldn't be like horrible, but you're going to see a teeny tiny bit of it, but it shouldn't be like horrendous or anything like that. Oh, 4 or 5 are pay to beat the game with bosses so hard than 5 that you have to pay to be able to. That sucks. I mean, that makes sense. That's just where it went, right? Which just blows. I like how I was talking about Zenonia, and then Jagged Edge was like, "Yeah, my mobile game like that was Zenonia." Yeah, I remember that one. It was really good. But anyway, yeah. So I enjoyed. I'm pretty much done with it now. I've got it running over here, and I mean, my only gripe with it is like the last 2 areas that they have in this game are so horrendously overtuned compared to the final area that you normally get to, that it's like, I feel like it's just gonna take like hours and hours of just like leaving it running just to even get to a point where I'm just like, I might, but whatever. We'll see. Countless horrors await, but I remain faithful to the cheese. That's awesome. Erica got me a The Nightman Cometh shirt from Always Sunny, which is really great. That is fantastic. Thank you, Zombie, for the resub, and thank you for doing the do and making it. Oh, wait. This was the meme that was apparently me, Wiggy, and probably Jig when it's off air for the weekend. I don't know why the Alvin in the chair just dangling is like, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, shooters are always going to feel... I feel like shooters, just because of their nature of needing that lower latency, you're pretty much going to... Even if you had a internal capture card, like, it's the lowest that I can think of. I would say I get maybe like 80 to 160 milliseconds of latency on an internal. So if you're trying to do like anything that's like USB-C or anything like that, it's probably, 250 sounds about right. You're gonna have to use pass-through, because like with shooters, I've noticed that it's absolutely miserable. I even noticed it in Prime 4, and I was like, this is like doable. I'm like, it's not that big a deal, but it's one of those things where it was like, it was enough that I I was just like, I gotta just do the fucking pass through. I was like, I can't do this. Like it was driving me crazy. Game audio is not normally the biggest problem, yeah. Because like what I'll do is I still use game audio, because it never is like far enough apart. It's never like far enough away from the standard stuff that it would feel like it was like super behind or anything like that. So game audio I normally just run through OBS and my desktop thing, but then I switch this input up here to do pass through. And that's mainly just for like new games that, I mean, we don't do a lot of console games anymore anyway, so. Bradley, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome to everybody. Thank you guys for being here if you were here for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I really appreciate it. Everything felt a little weird this year, but then even like Spooky Month felt kind of weird this year, so I really appreciate you all being here. I'll probably talk a little bit more about that on whatchamacallit, New Year's, just because like it's been a strange year. So I wanted to tell you guys this because like I did spend a decent amount of time trying to get things rolling on also thank you for making a reindeer zombie. So I spent about and I would say the best way to do this, I putzed around in the Wii VC version of Ocarina of Time. And this is an interesting thing because I don't normally hit the give up point pretty bad with certain things, so I've wanted to get better at doing certain glitches and stuff in like MM and OOT for a while, and they're different in both slightly, because like explosion radius and stuff is different in Majora's Mask. So I was messing around in Ship of Arcanian, and because it's probably the Ship or Wii VC is probably the best way I can play those games and get like accurate stuff. I practiced doing a hyper extended super slide and standard super slides for about an hour and a half. And I could get to a point where I could do super slides effectively, which if you've ever seen an OOT speedrun, it's basically where you see somebody roll into like a bomb and they like shield on the correct frame and it pushes you back super fast and all this stuff, whatever. I kind of fell into a hole with it because like it was a little defeating because I got to a point where I could kind of get it like semi-consistent, like maybe I'd say like 30 or 40% of the time. But I hit this wall where like I started looking into like controller stuff, and this is where like the GameCube controller shenanigans start to happen because I have one of the Smash Ultimate controllers, which is apparently one of the better ones, but it still has its own issues. And the big problem that you run into if you're running on Wii VC or if you're running in Ship of Arcanian is that there's a bit past the dead zone on the stick that you would normally use called ESS. And ESS is like where Link will like shuffle his feet around a little bit, but he won't actually move. It's like a very like precise window when you're using like a standard GameCube controller on like VC or whatever. And I was looking at stuff, and like so many people for Ocarina of Time use ESS adapters, which are like custom made things to basically emulate the way a Nintendo 64 stick works on a GameCube controller for like Wii VC and stuff. And the more I fell into this and seeing how much easier it was with like those adapters and stuff, I hit like the defeat point where I was like, fuck this, dude. I was like, I'm not even doing this. I was like, I'll still like learn like some of the other things and whatever. I was like, but this is like so insanely frustrating. And apparently for a trick that people use pretty consistently, I was like, god damn. I'm like, no wonder people go sharking after these adapters and stuff, or just play on the original N64, which I'm not doing that. That's miserable. But god, that was so fucking defeating. I spent like almost like 2 hours like practicing this thing, and then I'm just like, why is this so fucking difficult? And I'm like, oh, it apparently has to do with like stick dead zones, and like you want to like it's crazy. I was like, this is so much bullshit. I was like, I don't know if I care that much. Oh, that's great, Alexis. I'm glad to hear that. Bought a capture card a few years ago, literally just because the monitor I was using at the time did not have speakers and I couldn't hear anything. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I went through and I cleaned up the, so yeah, I got pretty damn frustrated with like the OOT stuff. I was like, it's cool. I can do like the standing hop. I can do like bomb hovers to an extent. I could get ISG pretty consistently. But man, those ESS or Hessing and like all that stuff, I was like, this is so fucking difficult. I was like, this only shows just how insane the speedrunners are for that. Like, because they get all this fucking equipment for it and everything like that, and then the level of execution on it is just... I was like, this is wild. I was like, this is absolutely crazy. Because I was like, oh, well, maybe people sell ESS adapters or something. Maybe they're not... No, they're like waitlist, and they're like pretty expensive, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I was like, I don't care this much. I was like, I don't care this much because I don't plan on actually... If I planned on actually speedrunning it, that'd be cool, but I don't think I would. I think if I was ever going to speedrun a game, it wouldn't be something as high level as like OOT or something like that that's had billions of years of whatever into it, because it's a pretty popular game as far as that stuff goes. So I cleaned up RetroArch a little bit, which is cool. So I got everything working here for this, and I cleaned up the menus and everything like that because I didn't have a chance to do that the other night. So we're gonna finish up Parasite Eve tonight, which is gonna be which should be pretty fun. I think we were running a save state, if I remember correctly. Or I'm pretty sure anyway. I don't really remember. Yeah, we were doing a save state because I just wrapped up the other night. But I did want to finish this. I thought we could knock it out in one night the other night, but I think if I got a little bit better at like remembering where to go and not having to consult things and maybe referencing like the speed run for stuff and things like that to see like faster ways of doing things, like we could totally do this in one night. Because, and you're probably wondering why in the world I'm even concerned with that, is I wouldn't mind doing this like yearly. I don't know why. I just like something about it. I like Parasite Eve as far as like a Crimbusy kind of feeling game. I don't know. I just like it. Like I think Parasite Eve has like a nice... I think it's because it is set during like a Christmas time type thing and all that stuff, so it does feel like pretty cool because it's like kind of got a little bit of the thematic thing. And I also just love Parasite Eve because it's just a neat game, so I like it. I don't know if that's gonna... Is that set to default on that? Oh no, I guess I need to... Do I need to reset this? This is Beetle hardware, right? Yeah, it is. People turning to soup is pretty festive. That is true. That is the most festive thing about it. Because I don't have to change analog to digital. Can't remember if I need to do it in here. Was Parasite Eve after the DualShock came out? I think it was, right? I might just have to do the emulation for it. The analog to digital emulation. Ew, gross. Why is that doing that? That's weird. Well, here I was thinking I got this all squared away, but apparently I didn't. Let's try restarting this. Oh, there we go. Analog toggle enabled sticks are on. I just had to restart it. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. See, I hope everybody's Crimbus went good, and that's cool. Okay. I don't know what just happened there. That's weird. Maybe I need to go back to using the Beetle software thing, because that's really odd. Oh, there we go. We're good. We got it. Had to get my sticks going. I like how this stupid ass Spider-Man over there is just kind of like, he's just looking at us. He's just waiting. He's just waiting to eat us. One night, currently have a child-shaped growth on me. Nice. Wait. Like a... Which child is this? Child-shaped growth could be really scary, or it could be like, whatever. Oh, you're okay. All right, I got it. I was like, wait, what's happening? Yeah, dude. What is this like? There's apparently like a keyboard there's a shortcut on the DualShock to like control shit in Spotify? What the hell was that? Oh, that's that shitty fucking like Xbox thing. Yep. Where you can change the volume. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Yeah, because if it emulates it as like an Xbox controller at any point, it's just like, oh yeah, here you go. It's like, would you like to control your everything with this? I'm like, I would not. I think that's mostly a Steam thing. Or something, I don't really know. Having ADHD is so fucking annoying. So sometimes literally what do you mean I can tell when I was doing cross-stitching unmedicated? That was me earlier, I think, like trying to get that shit down in like OOT, where I'm just like sitting there. I'm sitting there, and honestly, you would think that there would be a much, for how popular Ocarina of Time as a game is, you would think that there would be a better database for like how to do all the shenanigans in that game. So there's like Zelda speedrun or whatever the hell it is that has like super old videos. And then like most of them are like this foggy, gross whatever, or there'll be like a video that's like, here's how you do like whatever, and it doesn't even have like an input viewer. They don't really even explain exactly why it's happening. And I'm just like, how in the world are there so many like prominent speedrunners for this game, and yet somehow there is like no good, truly good database of all the like tricks and craziness that you can do in that game. Which is nuts. Can they mail you your medication, Frost, or it's a controlled substance? They probably can't, right? I think they only allow that for certain people who are like on disability and shit. Actually, I don't know if they even allow controlled substance stuff for anybody. No, they definitely do. There's people who get that stuff mailed to them. Definitely, for sure. Anyway, thanks for listening to my ramble on the frustrations of trying to learn like certain glitches and shit in Ocarina of Time, and then just beating the hell out of myself because I couldn't do them. Which, like, realistically, I mean, like, I wasn't beating myself up over, like, it was very frustrating to not be able to, like, learn some things like that easily, but, I mean, it's just because that's just how it be. Some of that stuff takes years of practice and the right, like, equipment for it and stuff, and I think just trying to jump into it like that's a fool's errand, so. I don't think they can get, I get ID'd for mine. Frost, what do you take, if you don't mind me asking? My brother always got his Stratera through the mail, 90 days worth at a time. You do Adderall, okay. Good old dextroamphetamine and regular amphetamine mixed into a cocktail. I take half Adderall. The one that's just dextroamphetamine. I still remember when my doctor prescribed me that, because he's like, yeah, they used to give this to snipers in World War II. I was like, oh, good. And the main reason he even like did that in the first place was because he knew I was like kind of finicky about like medication, and so he's like, well, this one's been tested for 9 million years. He's like, so, you know, definitely is has like the most behind it, I guess. Which I appreciated that he did that in the first place. So. He's trying to make... No, he wasn't trying to make it sound cool. He was trying to... He comes from, like, a military, like, family, so he just knows certain things. And, and some of them were doctors. So, like, he's learned a bunch of shit over the years. And so he mentioned that as kind of like a fun fact. He's like, yeah, mainly that they used to give it to him to stay awake. Mainly what he was getting at, though, is he's like, this is, like, ancient in terms of, like, testing. That way I didn't feel, like, weird about taking it, basically. So that was the gist of it. The kids, the snipers took this. I was the one who asked him about it in the first place, because I was like, I think I might have ADHD, and he's like, maybe. He's like, do you want to do like the assessment for it and all that stuff? I was like, yeah. I was like, sure, we can do that. I remember the main question he asked me was, he was like, do you feel like, what was it? He's like, do you ever feel like you have... He's like, and this is metaphorical. He's like, but it might be... He's like, it might be literal, but... He's like you have a bunch of piles in your life. He's like, and if you devote more than your attention to more than one of them, that you feel like you're almost doing like a disservice to the rest of them, and that you end up like not being able to manage it because you feel like you're not giving things your full... I was like... He went on like kind of a more elaborate thing there. I was like, yeah. I was like all the fucking time. I was like, as a matter of fact, one of the biggest issues I have is that if I have to devote 50% of my attention to two different things, I almost feel guilty and weird about it, to the point where like I end up failing at like both of them. Which is funny because I'm actually pretty good at multitasking, but those things are actually slightly different. So I was like, okay, that's strange, but it made sense. It all made sense. That's the whole thing, is getting tested for stuff is definitely worth doing, because like some people think they have ADHD, but they might have like something else. You never know. That's not normal? No, that's not normal. Apparently you can function with that a little bit more. Like when I take my medicine, which I normally only take it around the time I work generally. They're really normal is like kind of loaded anyway, but I get what people mean when they say normal. Like, you know, when I hear normal, it's more like the default, like the default function in some cases, because none of us are fucking normal. You get what I'm saying? The default common function or some shit, whatever the fuck normal means in this case, which normal is just weird anyway, because none of us are fucking normal. About my aunt freaking out on the hill my car won't accelerate on? I don't think you did, they talk about that. It's about to get worse, Missouri. There's a lot of them that are changing hands on like, what like companies they're gonna accept like prescriptions and shit from too, so. They do, Missouri. You want more piles? I don't mind having multiple piles, but piles of like major things that are like stressful or whatever. Yeah, everyone doesn't deal with that. It's a good way to word that too. All right, so anyway, I was following this guide loosely here. I gotta see like where we were. Apparently, I was at this part where we need to fight the scorpion or some shit. So, I don't know what the answer to this is. Apparently, it's nitrogen oxides from they over here like people are like, oh, how'd you learn X, Y, or Z? And it's like, it's like how'd you learn X, Y, or Z? But like, I played stupid video games. My gun not have any ammo in it? I don't think it does. There's this really annoying thing that Parasite Eve does when you enable analog control, that your D-pad just stops functioning. Early, like, analog stick stuff is so irritating. I don't know if I actually need to do a tune-up here or anything. Was I supposed to yank this up? No, I don't think so. I have a bunch of bonus points, too, which I've just been dumping into... I've just been dumping into the M9, because we're going to end up yanking all the stats off of it here soon anyway, so... Alright, now we can fight Scorpionax. Oh, that's cool, Roasted. Yeah, people ask me sometimes, they're like, Nick, where'd you learn that? I'm like, video games? Y'all let me know if there's any, like, weird audio glitches with this, because... sometimes hardware emulators, like Beetle and stuff like that, if they're not doing software, can get real weird. Damn, we just dunked that asshole. Got that guy with big dunkies. Get the M203 from the box and go upstairs. And there's an M203 here. Or not. I was starting off hearing the battle music thinking you had the intro songs playing. Arise Within You is probably one of the best battle themes ever made. It's up there. It's up there with, like, Final Fantasies and stuff like that. Shit's awesome. Even though that wasn't Arise Within You, that was the boss battle theme, which is different. This is Arise Within You. And that cover that we have in the opening thing is by Luminist, who is awesome. Which I still am disappointed that, like, he's done a soundtrack for a game, but I feel like they squandered the shit out of him. Whoever hired him for that, like, his whole thing is, like, big, fat, like, analog synth covers of stuff, so, like, I'm kind of expecting whoever the hell hired him to do this soundtrack to be like, yeah, that's kind of the feel we're going for, but soundtrack is really not that at all. Just a little disappointing. I was like, damn, that sucks. I don't remember what game it was for, but I mean, it kind of has a little bit of that going on, but it definitely is not the same as the way like his traditional stuff, which is a little unfortunate. This walkthrough is so weird. It says to get the M20 whatever from the box, and there is, I don't even know where the, I don't even know what it's talking about. It tells me to go upstairs, so. Dude, Frost, just buy a new car. It's easy. It's so easy. Did you ever have the filter stuff checked to see if that was part of it? What are we talking about? Oh, never mind. You're talking about the car. I thought you were talking about this. I was like, my brain went until I was like, what are we talking about? I was like, we talking about the rando last night? And I was like, I don't think we had any trouble with the filter there. I was actually thinking about dusting off my Vita, because apparently the version that most people play for this is the Vita version, or the like. It's official because it's from the PlayStation Store thing, but they play the Vita version on the PS TV, which most of those are pretty good. But it makes me kind of wonder though why that one and not like a PS3 I guess would technically work. Maybe it's to use the DualShock 4. I don't know. Or maybe it's got like the fastest loading times, which also wouldn't make the most sense because I would imagine PS3s wouldn't be that far, but no, PS3s could be pretty far behind. And it makes sense that no one would want to use the disc copies too, because that doesn't make any sense. What was that noise? I just need someone nearby to supervise. Yeah, you guys ever be checking your Parasite filter? Apparently you don't even have to do whatever this event was? That's interesting. It looks like we were able to... Yeah, I guess you don't have to fight these roly-polies, because you can just go straight up the stairs and just ignore these guys. Interesting. Look at them go! Bless upon them. I guess I could do Gene Heal, because that's... Oh my god. Damn, they hurt. Ooh, man. AoE sounds so good in this game, too. Okay, you can just straight up interrupt them. That's really good. Nice. Oh, shoot. Those are a lot of good medicine things I could have grabbed, but my inventory is full. Inventory sucks ass in this game. It is so bad. I don't think there's anything we can just kind of get rid of. I don't know if I'll really... I don't really know if we'll end up using the rocket launcher at any point. Probably not. Probably not. Also, I think it's interesting that the hardware, the render space on this, as far as like the amount of screen it takes up, is slightly different on the hardware emulator than it was on the software one. I don't think they let you discard the warehouse key. I think I specifically have to go back to... Yeah, you have to go back to place. Bummer. Mitochondria creates ATP. How much energy is this equivalent to? 1/6 horsepower per adult male. God, what an interesting thing. It is apparently 200,000 volts per cubic centimeter. Oh, did I not select the right thing? Oh, no, I did. Oh, dude, we got a little pee. Nice. Got a little pee. I guess I'll slap it on this. Thank you so much, Red. I really appreciate that. Like I said earlier, I value that anyone values this stream in any capacity, so you guys are wonderful. Okay, so we got the offense first one in the box. Head up through the door. I think that's in here. Did we grab an offense +1 a second ago? Or rather, +2. I don't think we're supposed to go through there just yet. That's okay, we got time. We're actually a lot closer to the end than I realized, so I was like, that's fine, we can take our time with shit. We don't need to be blasting through. Because are there more stairs over here? I know there's an encounter here. It's okay, I played it 3 times on stream now, and I also don't remember exactly where everything is either. I actually had a hell of a time at the beginning of this playthrough. For anybody who was here, I was struggling. I was not doing well. I fucked up. Like, I didn't like do anything to give us like any benefits to the point where we hit a wall on a boss because I was like, well, I haven't like really upgraded anything. I haven't done this like I have played this game as incorrectly as you possibly could by not participating in like half the systems that it offered. Because I was holding out to do that thing where I was like, oh, we'll wait till we get one of the better guns to start like pumping up, and then I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I was thinking a little bit more about Parasite Eve. There's some weirdness on the emulation too, if you can see here on the DualSense. Like as I rotate like in a circle, you see how like it stutters a little bit there? Like on certain angles. I think that's interesting. I wonder what's up with that. Or if that's like a common problem. I didn't know this was here. Oh, well, apparently we're going down the first floor anyway, so. How's the Eve of the Parasite? Good as always. I got another offense +1. Apparently we want to grab a tool from behind a statue over here, which, again, who would ever know that was there? Whomstiv would ever. Half the time you might accidentally click the door instead. Whomstiv. Alright, I guess we're going back up to... We'll go to the second floor first. Like the people who go every square in the old Pokemon game checking for items. There's a couple that are like that in this that I'm just like shocked that they would even put something in the places that they did. I'm just like, who the hell would ever know that that's even there? And it's not like, oh, we'll play it on like a CRT and maybe you could like tell or something, and I'm like, no. Dude, I wish it was snowing or anything. It's been hot as hell ever since like Christmas Eve. It's been so warm. I literally went in there because Erica's not feeling great because she started to do medicine a few days ago. And I was like, you want me to turn on the AC a little bit? She's like, yeah, if you could. I'm like, I love asking, you want me to turn on the AC in like on the 26th. Look at that giant fucking Billy the Skeleton down there. That's pretty sick. Would y'all get a giant glass floor Billy the Skeleton if you could? I probably would. It's pretty sick. Dude, send me some of that cool, because, like, you want to split it? Because that would make it actually pretty nice in both places. Because if you sent me that, it'd be like, what, 50-ish? Here's the skeleton family, dead. Oh my god. What else are you trying to give me right now? We also have a bunch of Medikines, too. Got a fat stack of pizza rolls and some Thousand Island bits on. So I talked about this the other day, but I feel like I gotta bring it up again because it's one of the weirdest things ever. So we recently, it had been forever since I'd had pizza rolls, like, period. And I kind of didn't care to even have any because, like, I noticed that I just didn't. I remember the last time I had them, I was like, these just aren't very good. And mainly because I didn't get the pepperoni ones. And I realized that, like, for the most part, Totino's pizza rolls, if they don't have the stupid, gross, crappy pepperoni in them, they're just, like, the most mediocre thing. They're already the most mediocre thing ever. But then, like, they're even, like, more mediocre. Somehow. And, because I would never call them bad. Mediocre's the better way to put it. So we tried the, they're called the ultimate pizza rolls, is what they refer to them as. And... Sorry, hang on a second. I'm at least going to replace all those twos. So they call them the ultimate pizza rolls. So we tried those. And the gist of those is that I like how this one caveman just showing his butt. And this is... Yeah, an African female, okay. So we tried those, and the gist of those is that they use real mozzarella, which is hilarious. That's like, the other one is like some kind of... This is why I always crack up when people are like, oh, I don't do like tofu, I don't do like anything that's like soybean related, all that shit, right? Because I'm like, dude, you probably have eaten more shit that's like some type of amalgamation of soybean, whatever, soy, like pea protein, like what you probably like eaten so many weirdo combinations of that, and you probably didn't even know, because Totino's regular ass pizza rolls, they don't use mozzarella cheese. They're like a soy blend, it's not mozzarella cheese, which is why you have to heat them up to like 4,000 degrees to get them to melt at any point. So here's the deal. So the ultimate pizza rolls use mozzarella, and you would think, okay, they're probably better. Weirdly, they're not, in my opinion. At least for the cheese ones, they almost taste like worse. Because it is just regular mozzarella cheese, they almost taste like... This is going to sound weird. Sweet? Yeah, they're the ultimate Totino's pizza rolls is what they're called. So they almost taste like kind of sweet, which is weird. It's like the salty kind of like whatever balance on them is like really strange. And they just end up tasting weird. And I thought it was just like the bag I got. So they went on sale and I was like, let me try another bag of these and see. So I tried another bag of these and I'm just like, yep, these are kind of just terrible. So definitely do not recommend the ultimate pizza rolls. If you want to... Maybe the pepperoni ones are better. I would assume they probably are, because the pepperoni ones seem to be better, just period. Oh my god. It's Donadactyl. I love how this guy just blasts in through the window and he's like... So, just get to deal with him. Also, what a fascinating place to put a pterodactyl enemy. They're like, you know what? Oh, that's right. That's the res. That's really good. All right, let's haste up. Yeah, I love that they're just like, let's put this pterodactyl in this extremely confined room. They're like, nice. It's pretty good. I think if you have haste up, you can pretty much just stun lock this dude. Holy shit! Yeah, straight up. Dude, haste is crazy in this. Takes a while to get it, unfortunately. I have gout and eat the combination ones. There isn't enough meat in them to actually mess with me. Yeah, I don't think the pepperoni is not even like beef pepperoni either. It's like some kind of... It's like the pork combo nightmare things, which is a lot of pepperoni. That's not really surprising because that's a bunch of it. That's a bunch of it. Yeah, real and better are not scented. That's true, yeah. That's like the other night we were talking about this, we were talking about like cheese replacements, because like for the most part, if I cut out a few more things, I could easily just be like, yeah, I'm vegan, whatever. But I think Jigakuro mentioned it too, that like, because I've had so many different like cheese substitutes that like, they're most of the time they're actually pretty good, but like they're never good replacements for cheese. They taste fine on their own, but they're never quite good replacements for cheese, if that makes sense. So if you're looking at it from the perspective of like, this is going to replace cheese in some capacity, sometimes they're fine. Like, they're okay. But then other times you're just like, this is not a viable this is not a viable cheese replacement. We have to keep going until the door locks behind us. That is true, yeah. If they don't put any, they just put them in a tiny room, they don't have to do any complicated code pathing stuff. But then again, at this point, I would imagine that like nav meshes or like whatever they would have been referred to as for PlayStation games and N64, I would assume that like they were pretty simple, and also like depending on like how the game was built, probably could be applied to most scenes, and then they just have to put like pieces of geometry with collision in them to have the quote-unquote nav mesh like get around and stuff. Because most of these areas end up just being gigantic squares that are like pivoted. So like they're not super crazy or anything like that. I love this walkthrough has been so funny. I love keep going until the door locks behind you. And I'm just like, good luck figuring out exactly. Hopefully, like, you don't go downstairs or something, because, like, obviously, if you go downstairs, that's not going to be the correct thing either. Yes, I will replace something. Oh, it's the SV protector. Nice. That gives you an extra item slot, I think. Which means we could suck that off of it. Yeah, pockets to carry more items. Yeah, let me tool that off. One of the coolest things about this game. A little confusing, though, so...
Welcome to Bitter Bits.
There we go, now we can hold more stuff. Ajax with the 41 months. I guess I can take my medicine back. Alright, so now we gotta... Is there anything else we need to do in here, or can I just hop on down? Oh, how dangerous this is, too, of broken glass everywhere. It's like, yeah. Climb through that. If I slip, I'm a gooner. Okay. I wonder if you actually can just die here. That'd be really funny. Let's see, if I hop onto this Pteranodonus... I love how absurd this is. It's like, yeah, just hop on down. Easy. Holy shit, like, you're... No way. I mean, you would totally live that, but man, that is like... You're probably gonna slip. Or you're absolutely gonna hurt your fucking legs so bad that you're just gonna crumble there, probably. But then again, she's like turbo, ultra, super trained, which means like, you know, when you sign up for like the NYPD or some shit, you do gravity training. That prevents your legs from crumbling when you drop off of things like that. I wonder how many times these things were written and like whatever the hell they had like the player character like be a part of was just like some nonsense organization, and like the translators even at the time and like localizations just like that's not even remotely real. How the hell are we gonna adapt this to they just like say some shit, they're just like that's not real. What are we gonna do with this? Her superpowered knees is not the most unrealistic bit of the medical sciences. What are you talking about? All the other shit is completely normal. That is true, though. She got that mitochondria knees. That's a good point. Where are we going? Climb down the next window, get defense point from the museum shop, and continue. I don't even know. I guess let's go back through here, because I'm not sure which area that is. That I am not positive of. I'll go over here and see where this door goes, because I'm not positive on this either. Oh, okay, that's locked, so we don't have to worry about it. It's so considerate of the museum's rat and pigeon population to mutate into thematically appropriate enemies. It is, yeah, it's very, very kind of them to do that. Very, very kind. Wow, that was weird. How did it hit him? He wasn't even close. It's strange. Look at how much less annoying these enemies are than...
Welcome to Bitter Bits.
Well, thank you so much. Just keep making that sound. I love it. Thank you for gifting 12 months of sub. Wow, that's a long time. That didn't even process in my brain correctly. That's a very long time. Thank you, Ford. That was very kind of you. That's an entire year of Subland. That's so sweet. Thank you for doing. Very, very kind. Hope your Crimpus went all right. My cat scared me, so I threw an empty soda bottle. In a panic, and now he's giving me the most unimpressed look. You threw it in a panic? You know how the first Die Hard has the thing about walking on glass? The Polish version of the movie is called Glass Trap. Then the sequel came out and had nothing to do with glass. The translators just went, fuck it, we're into, dude. Glass Trap 2. Fucking Glass Trap 2! Fuck it. Had nothing to do with glass. Yo, we critting for 69 on these guys? Uh-oh. That's not quite as cool as 67, but, you know, I guess we'll just have to take it. Hey, look, there's a Crimpus tree up there. That's fun. Oh. Oh my god, there's another stupid, like, can't see it, just click on it situation. That's a decent thing too. It's a defense up. That sucks. I'm doing okay, Ford. How you doing? Did you do anything fun for Crimbus, or just the normal stuff? Apparently right now we're going to the security office. We beat MM fast because I had to check the spoiler log, because if we didn't, we were never gonna finish it. And I am 100% certain of that. So I had to check the spoiler log for Oath to Order and a couple things, because I was just like, dude, there's no way in hell. I solved some other people's problems and spent the rest of the day with the girlfriend. That's really cool. Oh wait, not girlfriend, Guardian Force. Yeah, because that would have been like a 3... I don't think we would have finished it, period. So I just went and checked. Technically, I say, honestly, I don't think it would have been that bad. I think we would have seen... We would have spotted Georg's remains underneath the ice, which means Snowfall Temple would have had to happen. The fact that fire arrows were locked behind Cafe, and we luckily got those, was really nice. Which is really hilarious, because we, like, glitched our way into Goat, and it was really awesome. And then I realized you still have to have fire arrows to start that encounter anyway, so I was like, great. I was proud of myself, and then I wasn't. The funny part is, though, if you look at it, the first Memorando took 4 days, the next one took 3 days, and then this one took 2 days. So that was interesting. I do not think if we do MM next year again, as is tradition, then that it would... I hate that you can't even use the medicine that's in that. That's so annoying. But thank you again for gifting out a year of sub to Ed. That was super nice. Yeah, I was gonna try to do Parasite Eve and finish this last night, but I was like, I'm just getting kind of tired. I was kind of tired, so I was like, let's just do. Where's the alarm? Ew, gross. Where is she? That room? Where is that? Just like gross. She's like trying to birth up some nasty mitochondria, baby. Like this elevator back here, like how would you ever even know that this was here? That's crazy.
Truly, this is.
I like the Skelly Man though. He's really nice. I like him a lot more than Hans. He's beautiful. That was a beautiful, beautiful Skelly Meister. Thank you for the $100 and of course for making it rain, dear. Thank you for it. That was very, very kind. I really appreciate it. You the bomb. Oh, there's the MP5 PDW. Wow, it can shoot 7 times. What a reasonable thing that is. Y'all give Ford some love. We still got our Crimbacy emotes until New Year's. Make sure you give him some love. Thank you so much for doing. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I can't believe what that elevator is. Like, who the hell's gonna know that that's there? That just feels insane. Also, I'm gonna yank some of the stats off of these things so I can get them out of here. Cause like, as it stands right now, I don't think there's gonna be much of a use for a lot of these. I can steal the bullet juice off of... Oh, I guess we only had... Do we only have 2 tools? Wow. Well, I guess I need to hang on to that then, because we're gonna need... We need to use the tool and then the super tool on like the final gun that we get here. I can't remember what it is. It's either the M8000 or the M93. One of those. But thank you again for it. I do appreciate it. You do, man. Where are we going? To the 4th floor, apparently. Oh boy, another Tule. Oh, there's the M500. Okay, so that's another shotgun. So that's another shoot gun to get explodey off of if we want to get that. So that's good. For the AoE shots, just in case we can't get it off of this one. The B jacket. Oh, dude, that gives you that gives us poison immunity. That's nice. But I don't know if I care that much about that. Oh, but we had room for it anyway because I swapped it for the medicine. Yeah, I still haven't fixed the... I need to figure out what I'm doing with that because... Dude, I don't want to, I guess, keep the Cure D because if I don't keep that, I'm going to need it at some point, I'm sure. Revive from the... Wait, what? Can we go left over here? I didn't think so. Yeah, it just says get the tool, B jacket, cure, and the M500 from the box. Exit. Head left and get the revive from the chest. Go upstairs, the main stage. I guess we're going to the 1st floor? I suppose. It's the only place I can think of, because we came down from, what, the 4th? Oh, no, he's like, it won't open. Oh, I guess you can only go to 2. That makes sense. Oh, I guess you could go to the Thrid, too. Okay, 2nd floor is that's the security office. So, we need to go to 3rd, I guess. 3rd's the only other one that would work. Because we just came from the 4th. Yeah, putting in like the filling in the details of this. What do you mean it won't open? I guess we just go back to where we were. Because the fourth was that storage room. First and third won't open, so I guess we just go this way. Cool. Well, good thing we know. You had a female combi, mumbled something about Yoshi, and then fell back to sleep. Okay, apparently, what do we have over here? Yeah, we don't really have much left at all. A little bit confused though, because oh, never mind. I see what it's telling me to do. Ew, gross. The remaking T-Rex. I can't believe that's how she controls inanimate objects. And of all things, she's crazy. Ah. Oh, good. Alright, so now we need to go left, get a revive from the chest, go upstairs. Get a full recovery from the box. Full recovered. Dude, not having like an AoE by this point in the game would just be the most miserable shit. I'm so glad we got that from the shotgun. The shotguns themselves don't seem like really, really good on their own, but that modifier certainly is. I guess we'll swap out the... Probably don't need the... Oh, good, that's a revive. Got it. Go up the stairs, into the main stairs. I'm gonna get full recovery from the box. Okay, I think I know what we need to do. Why would I do that? Why would I do this? It is kind of crazy how short this game really can be, though, because, like, it's just nuts. I deactivate the alarm, but that's not opening. We need to get to the main stairs, I guess. I think it's over here. Or not. Yeah, I think this puts you back in the middle area. No, I guess not. I think you need to run up to that, run up straight in that area we were just in a second ago. Because those are not the main stairs. I think this goes back to it. I'd have to see like a full layout of the museum map to know exactly. This area is pretty easy for me to get turned around in though, because I'm not crazy familiar with it. Yeah, I think this gets back into the main area over here, because I think you go right up to this area and then turn that way. No, because this is... Where does this go to? Oh yeah, that puts you like outside. I don't know how you get back to the main stairs. It says head left, get the revive from the chest, go up the stairs, and to the main stairs. Which implies that those are not the main stairs, which does make sense, because... But I'm just trying to remember how you get to those specifically. Because those are the side stairs that we just used a second ago. Maybe it was to the right. Maybe you do have to go all the way over there. Because the bottom door is locked. I think that's the one you need the key for. I like these little green jumpy dudes. They're having a good time. Oh boy, the junk. Yeah, because we need to do that part down there, and then... This has it right here. Is there like a... No. I'm just gonna keep going this way. I think this is it. To get back to that like main center lobby area that has the big ass stairs in it. Hey Rachel, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope your crimbas went well. Yeah, I think this is it. Or not. We're just gonna keep going until we find out. There might be a faster way to get to this, but this will definitely get us there, because this is where that little dinosaur exhibit thing was and stuff. Yeah, there we go. We gotta go up a couple flights of stairs. Yeah, because we have to get Maida's gun and Clamp's key. Just gotta finish killing these flesh raptors really quick. Just normal stuff. I'm so happy that we're critting 69 at the moment. That's fucking good. That's good stuff. The trailer for this game scared me so bad as a kid on that demo disc. I believe it. It's pretty unnerving in general, I think, just looking at it now anyway, so... definitely a creepy game, that's for sure. Okay, that was the full recovered. What the hell did I just put in there? Oh, the rocket launcher. I don't think I would have missed it. Don't think I would have missed it. I don't think we're gonna use it at all. No, you can't use that, so... Go down 2 flights, then enter the doctor's office. Oh, that's really good, Rachel. I'm sorry to hear about your grandma, though. That sucks. I'm sorry for your loss. It's always terrible. Yeah, 2025 has been a weird year in general. Yeah, there we go. Emotional support rocket launcher. Maida's like, I got a gun this time. He's like, instead of a weird trinket that I'm gonna give you, it's like, oh, good, great, fantastic. He's like, here you go. It's more trash to shove in your inventory. more trash to shove. Oh my god. It really is. It's like, here you go. Just shove this in there. I'm like, God, that's so much crap. That's his gun. Then we gotta get Clamp's key, which please don't give me that. But I guess he has to shove that in our inventory too, which that blows. Oh my god, it's Clamp. Just shoot him. Holidays feel so different when your grandparents are gone. Yeah, I think that is how that goes. I haven't had my grandparents for a long time at this point. It's pretty much the same with your parents too. It's even probably more so where you're just like, both of those are definitely weird, especially if you had like a good relationship with them. I'm telling you, dude, most of the time this guy's just punching people. If you're not paying any attention, you would think he was the antagonist. That's his entire MO is just punch. Yeah, after both of my folks died and my grandparents have been dead for super long at this point. I think I was like 20 when the last one died. Just yeah, it is. It's weird. Because it's weird and strange even if you didn't have a great relationship with them, but if you did have a good relationship with them, then it's even more frustrating because it's like, well, didn't you say that literally exact same phrase previously in the playthrough about him being the antagonist? What, just punching people? I don't know. I like how Parasite Eve only gets crazier if you're not directly paying attention to the dialogue. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. The even with the dialogue, it doesn't make much more sense in some cases because it's pretty wild. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Can I have that rocket launcher back? Well, rocket launcher's gone. I just oopsie poopsied that, but that's fine. So that's like a weird bug that's happening, Zombie. What you need to do is if you look that up, apparently you have to go do the Broken Shore intro, and then once you do that, everything like snaps back in. It's like some weird thing that's been happening the last couple weeks. They're working on a fix for, but it's like so strange that I don't know I don't know if they know exactly how to fix it. But yeah, look up that exact problem. Put like just look up like Legion Remix transfer missing NPCs. You did the Broken Shore, so yeah, because like people have been able to get past it just by doing the Broken Shore thing, and like after transferring it. Okay, so we got Maida's gun, which that's the one with the one attack in it. Isn't this the one that, like, don't you need like all the junk for this or something? I forget what you have to do for that. That's really weird. Yeah, I haven't seen that happen. It's super strange. Yeah, I couldn't remember if there was if you did anything with that one or not. Refund game. I hope you had a good time with your family yesterday, Dustin. Hope everybody did if they weren't able to make it. If so, it'd be your pet peeve. That's good. Okay, let's see. Now that I get clamped key. Go down the stairs and go to the door above the one you just entered from. Go to the door above the one you just entered from by going down the stairs? Weird. I don't even know what the fuck. I'm gonna skip that because apparently that's just like ammo and medicine for, which I don't need to do. Allegedly, we can take the elevator and go up to floor. Let's see. Take the elevator, go to the 3rd floor, and lead left all the way until you unlock a lower door, and then go upstairs. All alive, no politics talk. We drank beer, and one of my uncles brought a knife grab bag. Got me a couple knives. Dustin's got a wild family. Fucking a knife grab bag. That is like it's such an interesting set of words. So is there more to the knife grab bag? Or is this like, or is it exactly what it sounds like? Yo, send me a knife. Send me a fucking knife. Is this the best Christmas game? Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't think we get a lot of them. So I'd wager at this point, yeah, that's probably the case. Yeah, I think the M93 that's coming up here is like the big honking gun that we've been trying to do or whatever. This says to like lead left, but we're not gonna do like the jump down thing again. Take the elevator to the 3rd floor and lead left all the way until you unlock a lower door, then go upstairs. What? Some of these entrances here are so weird. Maybe you go through like here and you. Yeah, this guide that was written back in like 2007 or whatever has been less than stellar. Oh, that's really nice. That's cool. Smartwatches can be pretty handy. Oh my god, Jesus. I see where the guide was trying to get you to go. This feels like a really stupid way to get here, because I think you can just take that staircase from a... Because this is where the clamps, the door that you need like clamps bullshit for is like right here. And like I said, it just feels strange. Next time you should dye your beard and hair white and dress up as Santa. And I'm probably not gonna do that. I'm probably not gonna do that. That's a lot to just. That's a lot for one thing. Oh my God! It's a pteranodon. Pteranodontus. Scary stuff. The flesh triceratops just living. Guess we'll cast haste here, because that'll be... Then if we need to, we'll gene heal too. Oh neat, it's got like a little thing where it like rotates around there. I don't actually know if we're supposed to be shooting the head there. Damn, 114? Jeez Louise. Yeah, I should probably do gene heal if we're gonna keep just base tanking everything, I guess. Oh, our auto heal helped out a lot there. That was nice. Getting close to this thing seems like a huge mistake, and funny enough, though, it seems like being anywhere is kind of dangerous with this guy. Because that lightning move, it seems like you have to like move out and then move in to dodge it. Yeah, you don't want to be close to it, that's for sure. Oh no, we broke its head. Now it does more lightning. Yeah, it looks like if you stand just to like the left of it. Well, maybe not. Maybe like go closer to like the arm. Like right there? Yeah, that's there. You can dodge it there. I think it's whichever side you're kind of just actively on. His contact damage doesn't do a lot, at least. That's good. Nah, arm's not. Maybe like a little too far back for that one. Dude, we could liberate mitochondria control? Hot damn, look at that. You don't even have to, now you can just free the mitochondria. Alright. Let's use that offense 2 that we just got. Slap that on the M9 too. We'll Triceratops go up, back in the room. The hell does that even fucking mean? Ah. Oh no, Tyrannosauratops is dead. I think this just, yeah, you have to do this anyway, so. My body feels like, I'm gonna burn up. Got some ammo. Got some medicine for. They're like, you want to fight a real-ass T-Rex? How did he even get up there? Wasn't he down here at the beginning? Has he just been walking around the museum? He's just been having a casual stroll, enjoying the exhibits. This man's just walking around. He's like, hey, it's a good day out here. Alright, we're definitely gonna want to... The pacing on that's really interesting, too, because they're like, okay, cool, here, you fought like this boss. It's like, okay, yeah. And it's like, now you can fight another boss. It's like, alright. Like, right away? They're like, mm-hmm. Instantly. Oh, Lord, he jumped. Let's see where this goes. Oh, so he, like, fans it out. Seems like playing close to him's not, like, the worst decision. The tail just looks like a massive... What would your tail look like if it grew from your bones? Imagine if you just grew from the inside out, the skin. God, that fire hits 3 times there. Holy shit. That's crazy. Makes sense. Can't figure out what to do. I guess you have to like bait it. You have to like bait it left and then like move right or whatever. Uh-oh. Or just like stand in the middle and then maybe like run around the back of him, I guess. That seems to work pretty well too. Yeah, he pretty much can't hit behind. Well, I mean, he still can, but it's much harder for him to hit behind, it looks like. I'd rather just take the contact damage. That doesn't do anything comparatively. Except for that part right there where we were taking a ton of damage for... I don't even know what hit us. That was really weird. Because the contact damage was like 10 or 11. That was like 70 something. Maybe the tail? Might have been the tail. I definitely thought we just did the gene heal. Oh, we ran out of sauce for it. That makes sense. We need... Oh, do we need giant reptiles to return? Is that what we need? We're enough of a hazard to ourselves. I don't know if we need any assistance. He sure did have a lot of help. Good old T-Rex. Alright, so there's the M8000, which I think this might be the... I can't remember if the M8000 or the M93 is the really, really good one that we can swap over to. Might be the M8000. Which is really funny, because this is like right at the end of the game, too, so... Yeah, because it's got the double move on it or whatever. God, that's crazy. That is nuts. It only, oh, we're gonna have to steal. I think you want to take, the double fire from something else, because I think 2 shots is better than 3. Because it locks you in place less time. We can also steal the first thing from the PPK if we want, but yeah, we'll need to steal a couple things from those. We don't need Jurassic Park / World to actually happen. Yeah, well, maybe we do. Yeah, maybe. Stream froze because I was tabbed out yapping at a friend about this dating sim I play and came back in and it was frozen on you looking so fucking done. Is that different than most nights where I somehow end up looking so fucking done? Apparently, we just need to go back to the security office now, look at the monitors, head back to the elevators, and go up to 3, go to the far left, and get the display case, go upstairs, go to the door. It's a little bit. Oh, the M8000 with shotgun? Oh, like with the shotgun, like, thing? Wow, I just noticed that our offense and defense and P energy and status relative to its level is just 33. Just 33 across the board. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we need to go tune up, and then we need to take the because I'm gonna get the dual fire off of something else. So we're gonna take the shotgun thing off of this. Yeah. Oh, no. We're gonna get it off the M500, I think. God, that thing has so many slots. Okay, so we want to take the shoot gun part of this. I probably should just take its stats, too. Its stats are really good. I could get shot, yeah, because we keep the shotgun thing from another one. Let me save really quick before I do this. Just check and see. So I could take this with the regular tool. We should have enough to do everything we need to do. Let me just go ahead and get this just to be safe. Okay, so that's got shoot gun on it. Then we want to get the... We want to use the super tool here to get the stats off of this first. Okay, cool. And that leaves just the... Oh, well, I guess we didn't need to use the super tool for that, because we already have the shotgun thing, so now we just need to pull... We need to pull the double fire from something, and then... We can get that from this here. Which we will need to make a pit stop, I guess, and go get... Does that overwrite the shotgun thing? No, there we go, because it just puts it in that slot. So we have... Yeah, double fire, all the stats, 2 turns on it, and then I think we can do... If I can get another tool, we can get the first on there from the PPK, so that means we always go first. Yeah, so we'll just need some more tools, which I think we have several that were in storage. So that's good, at least. Man, it got me a new blanket the moment I wrapped myself in it. I'm passed out. Damn. Pretty good. Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess it's not super necessary. And then we could just dump. Yeah, so we actually didn't need to get rid of the M9 too, so that's cool. I mean, well, we ultimately can, but I'm gonna sink some more bonus into it. So it's 114 dead, but it's pretty good, man. That's we've done all right with that. And then if we get the option, I guess we'll need to go and visit the precinct, which I think you do get to do that before the final mission thing. I'm pretty sure anyway. Could be wrong. Alright, what are we doing? T-Rex, get the M8000, go to the security office, look at the monitors. Apparently we gotta go check on Eve and see what the hell she's doing. Which I think the security office is just, that's just on the 2nd floor, right? So I think we can just take the stairs up there. Yeah, security office is 2nd floor, all the way down. I know where that is, we're good. Oh, did I even equip the new gun? I don't think I did. Definitely need to do that. There we go. Nice. You don't need to change any of these either, I don't think. Even if I could. If I had more tools, I could yank the poison resistance off of that. That'd be nice. Yeah, this gun is going to absolutely delete stuff. 114 damage, 2 actions, double fire. Like, that's really good. Dude, that thing's disgusting. That thing is crazy. I don't remember the, I don't know the earliest that you can actually get, like, double action on something. I wonder if there's a faster way to get to this without having to do these battles. I'd imagine you could probably go around the... Well, no, maybe not. I think that's probably... This is probably it. God, that's crazy. 112 on the crits. Nuts, dude. Yeah, so we have the tools back at the precinct, and if we can get back there, we can get the first turn thing on the PPK, which will give us shotgun, first turn. I don't know if incendiary, or not incendiary, but like stealing like the grenade stuff is normally worth it, because I feel like that'll cause like an elemental resistance type thing. But maybe that does like push damage further in a direction or something like that, so you should use it. I have no clue. I'd have to see like weapon breakdowns and stuff to see like what all do. Oh, we're blinded. I was like, what happened? I was like, how we not hit? I would like to see what a club-only version of this looks like, because that's got to be hilarious. I would assume, like, as you get better clubs, and if you just dump all of your stuff into it, like, you could probably do some crazy damage with those. If you can even dump bonus points into club, I'm not sure if you can. I think club has some, like, very specific, like, damage calculation stuff. She's on the 4th floor. Wait, why does it say to go to the security monitors, then? That's weird. What, club only? Yeah, I wouldn't mind. If I could get away... If there was, like, a version of this that you could skip cutscenes in, and, like, you could get, like, super fast dialogue by just, like, holding down a button and skipping through all that shit, like, I would 100% fire up a club-only thing right now. That'd be really funny. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, club-only would be hilarious. You know, my favorite thing about emulators is, look at how poopy this looks, because this is how it originally looked. My favorite thing about it is being able to... And I don't do this very often, because I kind of like them to look similar to what they looked like originally. But being able to jack up the native res and actually, like, re-render stuff, so you can actually see, like, what some of these models were probably intended to look like, or close to, without being fuzzwuzzle. I always think that's pretty funny. Oh, did it break the capture? That's even funnier. That's even better. Be like, I like the way this looks, but like, oh, do you? You mean not? Would you be referring to the nun? Well, now y'all don't get to see it, because, you know, unfortunate. We'll look at it here in a second. I'm guessing you can just take the elevator up to the 4th floor if you want. Why that? I wonder why the guide tells you to go to the security office. Maybe it's big if you haven't checked the... Maybe it's like if you haven't checked the security footage to find that, like, Eve was on the 4th floor, because she's got, like, she's, like, pregnant with baby or whatever. Pregnant with mitochondria baby. It's so funny that the capture broke for that. That was perfect. Head back to the elevators and go up to 3, go to the far lower left, get the tool, the M93 for the broken display case, go to oh, apparently you have to go through the stairs. That makes sense. Okay, so we can just go down. We'll just go down the stairs over here. Unless you have to take the elevator, but I don't think you do. Maybe you have to. considering there's nowhere else to go there, yeah, you might actually have to take the... Well, that would make sense for the elevator going to the 3rd floor. Maybe it's the, Oh, maybe it's the security office elevator that they're talking about. No, it just says head back to the elevators and up to 3, go to the far lower left and get the tool and M93 from the broken display case. What? God, the museum... This guide is making the museum, I think, more complicated than it's supposed to be. Would y'all like to see what I was talking about it re-rendering at like a higher resolution? Because I can. Just give me a second. I just need to click back in the window so it updates. It is neat. It's kind of crazy how far, like... I mean, you've been able to do this for years, but it's crazy like how far emulation has come. Yeah, I think this is the 3rd floor. Right? Oh, maybe not, because that's 2 flights of stairs. Maybe this is floor 2. Maybe. I'll specifically go to floor 3 here, I guess. Yeah, I think this took us to floor 2 when we took the stairs right there. Nope, this is floor 3. Weird. It says, head back to the elevators and up to 3. Go to the far lower left and get the tool and M93 from the broken display case. But... No, I don't think we'll get any Crumbo eating his kids, but, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Oh my god. Okay, game. Thank you. Far lower... Yeah, what is it talking about? Because if that's... This goes into the area with the broken everything. I wonder if anybody's got like a map of this, actually. Museum map, Parasite Eve. Boy, someone certainly did, and that looks like... God, that's awful. Map from 1912 over here. Let's see. 3rd floor. Oh, that's what it is. So you have to go all the way... You have to go all the way around here. Yeah, that is like the worst. That is the worst, like, instance of writing I think I've ever seen for that. That's terrible. I guess you have to... I don't even know if you can do that there. I guess you have to go up 1, because that's the elevator right there. Where Eve is on the 4th floor. But isn't the 2nd floor because this is where the security office is? What? Did I even go downstairs? Jeez, this is... The museum is always super confusing. Anyway, yeah, so the native res thing. Here you go. So this is like 4 times the native res here. Click back in so this actually captures. It takes a second. Isn't that neat? Look at that. Pretty cool. Not as fuzzy. And like that's specifically with like PlayStation and stuff that works pretty well because since these are 3D models, they'll, you know, this will function a little bit better. They also have all kinds of different like filtering things and stuff like that and smoothing and whatnot, and there's ways to like make it to where you don't actually, you know, utilize or doesn't utilize like the it doesn't do that to like the 2D stuff because the 2D shit can look really weird when it gets like resampled and all that. It is neat though. But yeah, that's always worked really well on PlayStation games. It works pretty well on N64 as well. But like it's always a little weird. Yeah, I think this was where it wanted me to go. I think it wanted me to come over here and then come down these stairs. Or not. I have no idea. We don't need the M93 or whatever it's trying to get us to get, but like... I was just gonna grab it, but this is so much of a pain in the ass. It doesn't even seem like it's worth it for something that we really don't need. Yeah, because you use the... Oh, well, I guess you do have to do this. Or not. I'm not some kind of Eve of the Parasite. I guess you do have to do this, because, yeah, we haven't been in here before. Oh, yeah, Chocobo over there. Oh my god, dude, just fuck the scorpion up this time. Jesus. Man, oh man. Just ruined that thing's life. He's like, sup? Up, dead. Good luck, Fennec. Yeah, because I don't think you can get in here otherwise. So I guess you have to use the clamp key to do this. And then you have to finish this over here, and then you go around the back side of this because it gets, like, broken or something. I remember this now. But like I said, I don't think this is mandatory. God, that spread on that is awesome. This makes me kind of want to play Vagrant Story, but it's pretty long. And it's cool, though. Vagrant Story is probably the prettiest PS1 game in existence. It's nuts. Maybe this isn't the one I'm thinking of, where it's like the... I don't know. The controls are weird. Hey, Kia, how you doing? Oh, you can get down here by hopping down the broken glass way over there. But I fail to see what the hell we were doing with this, like... Because I remember at some point this glass gets broken and you can, like, get behind this exhibit. Or something like that. Because that's where you get the M93. Another random fun fact about emulation, and this is like any disc-based game. If you ever see the option for like the disc read speed, like how fast stuff can be read from disc, in a lot of cases, that's not like worth ever changing because apparently a lot of games are kind of built in mind with load times and all that stuff, and like kind of preparing things that if you set that too high, you can like break a lot of games like load sequences and stuff, which is pretty interesting. Not that's different for like digital copies of games and stuff like that, because sometimes those are like remade basically to accommodate for that, but apparently some of the disc-based loading ones can cause like some really weird issues if you turn on like increase like disc read speed, and or it either causes weirdness or doesn't do anything. So I don't know what we're doing here. I don't even know what it wants us to get. This is the Triceratops room. Oh, I guess there's a southern part here that we were never able to get into. Yeah, this is it. Okay. That map is beyond useless. Yeah, so the words that this one had were just head back to the elevators and up to 3, go to the far lower left and get the tool and M93 from the broken display case, go upstairs. None of that, what do we, what? Like, none of that happened. Finally, there's a broken display case. Yeah, I would say that this game's a horror game. Yeah, I think Parasite Eve fits that bill. I mean, there's a lot of body horror stuff going on, and like these malformed abominations that show up from like all this cellular manipulation shit. Like, it's pretty... Yeah, I'd say Parasite Eve fits it. It's got some pretty creepy shit happening in it. I wouldn't say it's like scary, scary or anything like that. Like, definitely not that, but... Oh, so the M93 has the double fire, or the double action on it too. That makes sense. I feel like it's really strange that they backload those weapons like that, because like both of those are insanely good. I think the M93 has higher base damage. It does not, actually. So the M8000 is pretty much just better across the board, like, unless you really wanted the triple fire thing. We could also take... What was I going to... Oh, yeah, I was going to take the first action off of that. Which I suppose doesn't really matter that much, but I'm definitely going to do it. Yeah, we'll pull the first action thing off of... the... Or I won't. Oh, yeah, never mind. I was on the wrong thing. I will. Oh, shoot, but there's that slot's not open. Damn. That's right, I forgot that meant that's empty. Do need a permit to knock that out. I guess we could probably drop the... We could probably drop the burst thing. Because I feel like having first attack would probably make that a little bit easier. Any monologuing villains? Nope. No voice acting at all in this, really. How else would I play Kirby's Dream Land on my phone? Yeah, I wonder what the stats actually like change to on this. Let me see. Save state. Oh, I suppose I'd have to get rid of whatchamacallit. I don't even know if that's how that works. Well, I guess I'm not doing that then. Let me just go yank the... I was gonna yank the stats off of something. I suppose that's why the M93 would technically be better, because it has 4 slots. Whereas the M8000's only 3. Well, that's a bummer about the PPK thing. I don't know where you would get one that has... That doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. This I don't think this would be that big of a problem. Alright, well, let's save this here, and I think we're good to go fight Eve. I think we have to go up the stairs though. Yeah, gotta go up the sludge stairs. Are we healed? No, we're not. we are not. Eve's on the other side. This game is really up its own ass with the main character just being like turbo artsy. It's like, oh look, now she's like a statue that's pregnant in an art gallery in a museum. As a matter of fact, she literally takes over a statue specifically. She's like, look at this gross mitochondria, baby. She like, shh, like, okay, cool. She's like, can you hear the cry of the mitochondria? She's like, you're gonna congratulate me on giving birth? It's a Crimbus miracle. Yay. Again, if you would like to see the our run through of this where we actually read through all the dialogue, that's up on the VODs channel. You can go check that out. We did it twice. So I figured for the third time we just rely on cutscenes to tell our weird ass story. And I gotta say, it is still somehow, it's still confusing and weird, so. Shout out to Sonic Adventure for basically reusing this entire concept. Except for instead of gross flesh baby monstrosity, it was like, what if it was like a blue water man? We've got to redo Deadly Prem at some point, especially since we lost the VOD of that. That sucked. Honestly, like she does look a lot like Quelag. And I suppose most of the people that worked on Dark Souls would have absolutely played this coming up, so would not be surprised. All these guys just sitting on the steps outside. Are you okay, Yee Yee? Oh man, are you good? Be like, is fine, fine, fine. I love this part that says fight Eve. Oh, I'm sorry, it says confront Eve. Technically, fight Eve is at the Statue of Liberty. So don't forget that we're driving down the streets of New York City, somehow going warp 8 in a police car. Don't know how that's happening, but you know, whatever. Whatever, I guess. Like, hey man, would you mind punching it? Just hit a little casual speed of light. Be like, yeah. Yee. I'm trying to remember if the there were two things towards the end of this game that are infuriating. I remember one of them is the way they handle the ending sequence, because like you can absolutely lock yourself out of like your bonus points and all kinds of other shit. I think you also can like fuck yourself out of like, you can accidentally take like the wrong gun with you, because I think you're allowed to carry through like your equipment but not like your items, or it's some shit like that. If you go to like New Game Plus or whatever, I can't remember what it was, but you can basically like screw yourself out of like your equipment and all kinds of other stuff. It's very, very good. Yeah, I 100% did it last time, because I remember thinking to myself, I was like, boy, I wish I could rewind. How did I even take the wrong weapon? I don't even know like how I did that. They're like, Evathy can't get us out here. We're on the wet. We're impervious. Also, who like... I love like this is so funny to me. Like this, like the military is involved and all this shit. The police is just kind of like, we are also here. Hello, yes, we are also here. Which really the police hasn't done shit other than EE existing. Because EE is the only one that's done fucking anything, really. I mean, what else are they gonna do against, like, evil fire mitochondria baby ball? No, the rain can't be part of that thing. Well, she probably is. These guys just be like, we should probably leave. Nah, we're gonna fly towards it. That'll be good. It's so stupid. It's like we should not be here. Yeah, I don't know how we would have taken the wrong weapon. I guess that means like I just like swapped weapons or something. Oh, is it because you have to switch to Maida's gun and shoot or something or some shit? Isn't that like part of the mechanic? You have to like use his like story gun to do something, and we like accidentally took, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Something like that. Look at this guy. He's like, hey, my helicopter got blown up. Hey, my helicopter got detonated. What can you do to help me in this specific instance? How many times do you have to fight the T-Rex? Once. Oh, once I got a grip on the game mechanics again of like use the damn tools, get the right stuff, do the thing, it's been fine. We had like no issues. We absolutely stomped everything. However, God, earlier when I wasn't like upgrading like anything, not using bonus points on stuff, that was a huge mistake. That was definitely an oopsie poopsie. Evithy, go out onto aircraft carrier deck, battleship, and shoot baby mitochondria demon. Okay. If he does not stop giving me shit. He's like, may I clog your inventory just a little more? But like, yes, please. That make a fucky... Well, I did the first few hours of this, I did. Well, it was actually fine, I'd say, up until, like... Yeah, put EE into the... Put EE in a helicopter. If there's anywhere that she's going to be safe, it's definitely in the helicopter where the laser beams were shooting us. I think that's probably a good idea. Really cool, like, really cool imagery, though, I think, for the most part, for a PS1 game. Put EE into a basin? It's all you gotta do. Gross. Mitochondria, baby. Switch to formation 2! I just love the idea of this. This is so good. Just like, switch to formation 2. Somebody's just like, what does that mean? Now, conveniently here, everyone but EE's helicopter gets blown up. We will act as your shield. Well, she's like part of the police department. That's part of their training, right? To fly a helicopter? That's easy. That's easy stuff. Of all the flying machines, too, the helicopter is super easy to fly. It just floats via magic, right? Isn't that how it works? That's so gross. Since Christmas Eve, I put a curse on my own body. Damn. Parasite Eve is just like, it's just like a horrible B movie. Like the entire, it's just so ridiculous. You're like, yeah, we did it. But like, yeah, but you got goop all over the Statue of Liberty. Now what are you gonna do? We don't feature the Statue of Liberty anymore because we sold off our Liberty. We just got rid of it. So we sold off any remaining Liberty. We had to fund like a new AI data center or something. They're like, this is some pretty sweet Liberty left over in that thing. Like, let's just get rid of that. We did it. What you did? You broke the Statue of Liberty. They're like, yeah, that's all we were ever trying to do. We didn't really care about the goop monster. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Probably sold the Statue of Liberty itself to be a new data center. Sell it back to France. Be like, here you go, France. Thanks for the gift like 400 years ago. We're making an AI data center out of it. Hope you're cool with that. Gross. Who's gonna stop EE going? And now EE gonna use Statue of Liberty to fight Vigo the Conqueror and stop him from possessing a baby. Probably Luigi. Yeah, they'd probably be like, oh wait, we saving? Yeah, whatever. Will you still perform the savories? Yes. See, that's the best part, Coonzer. If I had sat here and read every single piece of dialogue, you would be saying the exact same thing. You're like, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. It doesn't mean it's not awesome, but you'd still probably be like, what the fuck are we doing? Saying lots of words about Cell and Powerhouse and whatever, and Iggy and Eve and Maya, whatever. Yay! Dude, that hair in that one shot was looking rough. She got that Play-Doh hair. Yeah, I guess it's pretty close to the Ghostbusters plot, but at home. Hell yeah. Look at that. That's pretty sick though. Look at the Statue of Liberty back there. The cool thing is that EE's pants are back in style. She got them turbo high-waist jeans on. Them jeans that go up to your shoulders. That shit's back in. Dude, look at the amount of yapping happening here. Also, she was like 40 feet tall a minute ago, but apparently she's not anymore, so that's cool. Oh my god, she really does talk so much here. Holy shit. We just need to positively charge the mitochondria to combat the evil mitochondria, canceling the powerhouse act. Is that what you gotta do? It also plays really well. So, like, I would say its biggest weaknesses are some of the systems are a little unclear as to like exactly what's happening with them. Once you get it, they're fine. And also inventorying stuff is just miserable. I guess we need to do... Wait. Oh yeah, we could do 2 actions. That's right. We could have cast haste and then done shoot. And then, yeah, haste and then shoot. Nice. God, hitting him from 127 on the crits. It's crazy. Ah! I've got question mark. I got a case of the question mark. Which is fine, because that's just confusion, I think, so that just makes you run in weird directions. Just to get you a little... And I think she's actually got two targetable spots, too, which means we get some cleave on that, which is nice. I'm grabbing, gross. Wow, she just deletes your ass there. Holy shit. Good thing we got auto cure on. We almost ripped through her there, though. Before she even got that. So yeah, I guess you need to stay at like mid-range to prevent the grab. I can't cast Haste. I just got the one. I've just got the one. And I done spent it. Oh, now she's turning into like angel mitochondria or some shit. Nice. Oh, she got me on the fuzz. That's fine. I actually think that was our revive that saved us a minute ago. I don't think that was the, Hit me on that pizzin'. I need to save my medicines for the... Dear God. Hit like a truck, dude. All right. Look at that. I don't understand. She's like, no, now I'm gonna have to make like a mitochondria baby or something. What if the concept art they were like, Japan was like, can we put nips on it? They're like, no, you cannot put nips on the mitochondria demon. They're like, we have to sell this in America, and they're afraid of boobies. Sergeant, none of those words were in the Bible. And you're like, congratulations, you beat the game. It's like, uh-oh. No, we didn't. Now we got day 6. Why is it defaulting to slot 2? That's so weird. Oh. StarCraft was released the same week. They're like, Sergeant, Commander Man, we found the Statue of Liberty. They're like, thank you so much. We all saw it fall down over there. You could have just looked. Eee, come on. She's like, I know somewhere out there, just Cell Baby is somewhere in the ocean. Y'all think I'm kidding? That shit's coming. All right, we're gonna save state right here because we gotta do this. Wayne came all the way from the precinct. Yo, ee. Oh yeah, that's right, because he comes out here and that's how you get your tools and all that shit. God, we got so many cured poopies in there, that's ridiculous. Okay. Well, we'll hang on to the medicines, and I guess we'll bring over the tools. We'll just use those, because we can use those on the, like, armor and stuff like that. Or whatever, it doesn't matter. And then we could probably just pack up. I mean, we don't have to do that, but we get a little extra damage on our gun, or we could just not, because we really don't need the extra damage there now. We should be fine. I just want to get all this shit out of here. I guess you can't do the rocket crate. Damn. Damn. I guess we could just bring over the... Let's see if any of these have, like, higher modifiers on them. Because the M793 has 2 on it. We don't have that many tools, so unless something's got, like, a super high bonus, it's really not worth doing all this. I think we can also pack up the... No, we can't. Okay, let me shove any of our remaining BP into our M8000 here. And what else do we do? I think you have to keep Maida's gun, because that's the one that has the... That's like story relevant shit. Oh, this is it, right? Where he engraves the name on the weapon or whatever. This is the one you get to, like, carry over to thing. I'm pretty sure. Let me say before I do that. Oh, yeah, because you can change the name of it. Nice. PP Blast. All caps, naturally. Not PPBG. We would need PP Blast. Not PP Black Sea. Even though that's a pretty good name for it too. Be like, what's your favorite gun name? Be like, that's the PP Black Sea. Like, what the fuck does that mean? And okay, what's our armor gonna be called? Oh, this is just groin. One of the worst words ever. Okay, yeah, I think that's okay, well there we go. Now we're we got PP Blast and we got groin, which I think that just lets us I guess you can get items from this idiot too. Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Wow. Wait. Oh, wow, I didn't know he had all that shit in there. That's crazy. Cure confusion. I don't remember what else the baby does. I don't remember if they do, like, darkness and shit. It doesn't matter. Get some more ammo, I suppose. God, he really... I don't know if we even ever talked to this dude last time we did this. That's pretty funny. Alright, well, now that we've saved all that, now it's time to go. Now it's time to go fight mitochondria, baby. It's mostly confusion and paralysis. Whee! You know, these guys are important because their hats are dumb. That's when you need to be worried if you're dealing with, like, military shit. And if somebody with a really stupid hat comes up, be like, oh. Finna yee out of here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only weapon you can actually take. I just love how everything just starts catching on fire because of evil mitochondria, baby. So, Parasite Eve basically just becomes an Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode. Like, everything is just on fire. It's just exploding. Or a Terminal Montage. As a matter of fact, Terminal Montage couldn't even make a parody video of Parasite Eve because literally his entire shtick of things blowing up and screaming, that's just Parasite Eve. So it would be, he'd have to just call it, like, biblically accurate Parasite Eve. There's really no way around it. There's just stuff screaming and blowing up all the time. Come on! We gotta throw rocks at that evil demon baby that just came out of the ocean. Like, okay, well, yeah, I guess that... I like everything you just said. That's pretty good. Gross. Look at it like slap flapping everywhere. This is nasty. So we're gonna save state here. We also have to save state after this fight is over, because that is also important. Because there's a bit where you can die and it's a fail state and you have to do the entire encounter again, and it is so stupid. What if this was the entire fight? Just meh, meh, meh. Like, that's it. Ah. I do wonder why they changed directions for, like, Parasite Eve, too. What if they just, like, thought this didn't do well or something, or people didn't like it, or whatever. Alright, back into... I guess we could do Gene... I guess pre-raise would probably be the easier thing to do. That would save us some juice. Again, this is where that cleave comes in handy, man. Because it hits the nodule and then also the baby. What an idiot. Alright, we already got pre-raise queued up, so... Cool. I just love it blowing up. It's just so funny. Oh, God. Is this the idiot you have to use Maida's gun on, or... What the fuck? That was weird. Is this the mature being? And he says, like, pee pee poo poo. She's like, oh, never mind. No, not yet. I don't remember if Maida's gun even comes into play at all, but I feel like it does. Ouch. I wonder if the way to go on this guy is like using like an AR or something like that, because you'd actually get like the range wouldn't be like a problem because you could just like stay super far away from him. So he didn't constantly like move out of the way of your gun. We should have plenty of cures and stuff still, I think. I'm pretty sure anyway. One sec. Let me check. Oh god, yeah, we have so many. Groin gonna be auto-curing all over the place. At least for a minute, because, yeah, they're good. Ah! God, I didn't even notice the reverse ball sack. Why'd you have to point it out? Now it's even worse than it was before. Now everything's even worse than it was before. Frieza's not looking too hot. Struggling. Oh, here we go. I think this is it. Or not. Thought it was. Ah. I think you just have to like hit it a certain amount of times or something. And then like I remember it turns into like the dilly version of it or some shit and then like chases you and you gotta get away from it. I do love how there's like just a comedic amount of like phases to this. Here's the best scene in the entire game. Gross. So good. He just misses. That's a good that's a good like hint as to kind of like what you're supposed to maybe do there, where it's like, oh yeah, swap to the thing. Oh, it just does it. Okay, never mind. This man over there, like, here, you want to hit him for 999? But like, yeah. We had so many healing items going into this time. I'm surprised. And this is a pretty cool scene, though. Him like bursting into flames and just being like, "I'm coming," and just throws the ammo at him. Old Nodule Nendrick over there, just chilling. Daniel. Oh my god. So this is, you could straight up like lose here. It's insanity. I remember that one time I was like, wait, does this just kill you or whatever? And I got like grabbed by the thing and it just kills you and it's like, come on. And you have to do the entire fight again and it's just like, wow. That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Dude, it's awful. Like, it's so bad. It's such a stupid way to do this. I mean, I get it, though. Because I think the problem is you can, like, make a mistake here, and if you go down, like, the wrong path or something, like, if you go, like, right when you're supposed to go left or something, you can just get killed. Oh, my God. Matter of fact, I think we just did exactly that. So, yeah, this, basically. So, check this out. You're just dead. It is like the most It's so shit. God, that is like, it's so bad. That's really weird, zombie. Yeah, it's apparently like a really, really fucking weird bug or something. Spaghetti code. Run away, it's the noodle nemesis that 100% definitely was not the basis for chaos in Sonic Adventure. I'm not save stating anywhere, because if I do, then we will make a mistake again, and I will have to do all this again. Yeah, if you aren't fast enough, or if you literally just make an oopsie and go the wrong way, I think that's the point of them showing you the layout of like the. I don't know though. We're in Hell's Kitchen. Oh, she said it from the thing. You can also 100% get grabbed right there too, which is hilarious. Glad you're able to figure that out though, that's good. I think it's extremely desperate. It's like, I gotta get in here, man. Oh, Parasite Eve, you're so fucking weird. Yeah, you would think the ladder would defeat that creature, especially considering that it's struggling pretty bad. You could probably just lock the door. It doesn't have hands. It's just got like flap fins. It didn't evolve fast enough to get hands. It got flippies. So I don't think it could use the flippies to. Look at how fast it's on your. Like it doesn't matter how fast you go. He's like right up on your butt. Look at that. Insanity. What gun do I have equipped right now? I think, like, realistically, if I were, like, playtesting this or something, I'd be like, I think we can just get rid of that entire section. That is so stupid. Like, they could have just had this cutscene where, like, she runs down to the boiler room and, like, turns on the thing and the thing's chasing her and then you just run out and jump in the water and be like, yay, we did it. Because especially after that huge-ass fight, it just feels really dumb to have to do that. It's one of those, like, strange decisions where you're like, okay, we had this fight that lasted, like, 90 years, and then now I gotta do all this other crap. We did it. It's finally Ogre. Well, he was only on fire for like 2 seconds, so it's all good. Because you know, if you spontaneously combust, you're good for like 13 seconds before you start to crisp up. You know what I mean? When you start getting that crisp skin. This is where we give the humans suck speech because we suck because mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell or something. This is where E throws her mitochondria in the ocean. It's like, I don't need this shit anymore. Ta-da. Cast aside your possessions. Look, there's the bald baby. Thankfully, he's not on fire. What is that kid even wearing? Is he like, is it like a sweatsuit? Is it a sweatsuit with shorts? A short sweatsuit? I have to look at the concept art and see what the hell they got that kid wearing. He's like, are you my new mother? This is my mother. Eee. And see, this is where one of the guys like puts like a little bit of lighter fluid on his jacket and then like lights it on fire inside the auditorium area, whatever theater. And he's like, "Oh my god!" And he's like, "Just kidding, just kidding. Not this time. We're not all on fire, but maybe, haha, unless." These people are brave as shit to be back in this theater. Just like come back, be like, oh yeah, no, like what was it, like 2 days ago? Shit was like on fire, or like a week ago, shit was on fire. People were spontaneously combusting, and yet they're just like, yeah, whatever, it's cool. Like, yeah, we're not worried about it. Oh, there's the bald child. He looks a little less bald this time. Maybe it's just he's still got like that 58 head though. He's got a lot of forehead going on there. But that's not necessarily bald. Like all these other people are cardboard cutouts. And we are not. Isn't that the exact same actor from the beginning? How'd they manage to pull that off? That dude got immolated. Or did he not catch on fire? Did he run out? Because I remember like, oh yeah, makeup, perfect. There you go. I forgot that they make that joke where the dude comes out with the flame and they're like, oh! Father, do not burn her. They're like, haha, sorry, we didn't realize that everything caught on fire. Love a PS1 visuals melt someone's entire face into a single solid black pixel eye in a flick. They do. The best. Wait, who the hell was she even with on the when she went here for Christmas Eve? I don't even remember what that was. Or who that was. Probably somebody that caught on fire. Well, T-Quick, reasonably, what were they gonna do instead? Like, man, gonna come out there with like some paper and some LEDs flickering. Inferno with the 1339 says happy Friday. Thank you, Inferno, for the 1339. Happy Friday indeed. The post Crimbus. In a post Crimbus Eve world. Oh, Hironobu Sakaguchi. Well, I think of all things that's really interesting about all this is like that entire walkthrough was that was terrible. 2007 was not kind. Didn't Sakaguchi do something recently that was of merit? I guess he works at. You know what? I'm just thinking about old Fantasian. Who all worked on Fantasian? That was yeah, Uematsu. That was the last time. That was the last time that he did a full soundtrack for a game or something. Was that? What a miserable thing that was. Yeah, because he's at Mistwalker now because they did what? They did Blue Dragon and all that stuff, right? Yeah, Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey and all that stuff. Then, of course, they did Fantasian, which everyone loves. I actually don't know if Mistwalker specifically did. Yeah, I guess they did. Yeah, it's listed on there. They not only do one episode of Fantasian, we did a lot of Fantasian. I don't know if it was like all of the game, but unfortunately that game doesn't go anywhere. It like stays almost the exact same throughout the entire thing, it feels like. If there is any game I have absolutely no interest in going back to, it's Fantasian. That game is so fucking mediocre. I couldn't believe how mediocre that game was. You did, I still have it, Ultima. Never gotten around to playing it. I think I would rather play Deadly Prem 2 over Fantasian. At least Deadly Prem 2 I could have some like some interesting words about. Of course I still have it, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like, yeah, I would definitely rather play Deadly Prem 2 over Fantasian, easily. At least Deadly Prem 2 I can laugh at, and I can be like, this sucks ass so bad. Fantasian is so just nothing. It's just that game is nothing. I remember getting through so much of that and just being like, well, this has changed none. I was like, this has about the depth of a puddle. And like, just nothing was going on. Like, that game... God, that game. See, that's the thing, is it's not bad in the sense of like, this sucks. It's so boring and just... It's just nothing. Fantasian is just nothing. Even the music is just fine. It's like, there's nothing in there that's like, damn, this is fantastic. Damn, this is Fantasian. No, Fantasian's not. Maybe playing it on like Steam or something like that. Maybe that's going through like all... adding content to that game doesn't seem like that's anything that would help it. I remember getting like at least half, maybe 75% of the way through that shit, and I was like, this is the most boring goddamn game I think I've ever played in my life. It really was. I remember there was the dude with the... he was like the item user archetype dude or whatever. He was boring as shit. They were all boring. Like, I can't even remember anything that they did. Like, what a boring game. Fantasian's another one of those like amazing examples of people who have made extremely good games going off on their own and doing something, and it's just like, yep, this is whoops. Where it just kind of ends up being like a whole lot of nothing. I would still say Mighty No. 9 is probably the best example of that, just being absolutely terrible. Man who made Mega Man just couldn't quite figure out how to do Mega Man. I mean, there was a lot of like other weird shit to go on with that, but still, I still remember some of the Kickstarter imagery of like Mighty No. 9 from like concept art and stuff, like what they wanted it to look like, and it ended up looking like, because the concept art for it looks really good, and then you look at like the actual renders from the game, you're like, oh my god, what happened? At this point, that was like 400 years ago anyway, so. Well, that's Parasite Eve. That was fun to go through again. It's a fun game to play, I think. RimWorld or Kench? I don't know. Maybe neither. Erica's waving. We play Peeve 2, like right now? Probably not. Oh. Yeah, it is a good time, Funhead. Also, thank you, Nom, for stacking the cups. Thank you again, Ford, for the $100 a bit. Thank you guys for the donaties. I need to see what Inferno's link was. We made a dank old link over here. Today is Friday in California. I don't know what that means. I'm afraid. Very afraid.
Today is Friday in California. Huh? True.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. That's where we're at. That's it. Content ban on special week, but I appreciate everybody for hanging out and watching. I know that. No, we have seen that one. I think once it started playing, I was like, yeah, no, I remember this now. This song also could not be more 90s. No, that's pretty good. Now, Parasite Eve's a lot of fun. I'd be interested to see if we can somehow blast through it if we do it like next year, get through it in like one night. But that's easier said than done sometimes, just because you know how it'd be. From a Power Rangers series. Yeah, I'd believe that makes as much sense in context. 100%. I believe that for sure. Yeah, let's think about doing yeah, I think I'll probably. Oh, that's right. We get all these sweet bonus points. Damn, you get 3,000 just for clearing the game. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know if you have to spend them there or what. Oh, there, no, because it gives you the EX thing there. This is where you get to do. Oh my god, you have to go back to disc 1. That's pretty funny. Like, get your ass back to disc 1. Hey! Cats are rumbling. They always get a little too aggressive. They start rumbling. Yeah, no, that was fun, man. I always enjoyed doing Parasite Eve. Went by pretty quick this time. I think I don't know when you get. I think you have to go. Erica scared the shit out of you. Well, the door is open and she screamed, so that makes sense. All right, you can't skip this. Yeah, I think with the Chrysler building, I don't remember what you either have to get to the the end of the game or you have to get past like the. I forget what you have to do with that. Because Chrysler building's on disc 2, so I think you have to get towards the end or whatever, which is just insane. Final Fantasy VIII that I got only having disc 1 and being left the most blue-balled I've ever been in the still a core memory. No, that's Erica yelling from inside this house, not your house. Yeah, sometimes the cats just start rumbling too much and they start. Kale's always want to be like, me. Yeah, sometimes they exchange positions of attacking each other, being dumb. Merry Christmas, 1997. That's good. Did they make it Facebook official? That's good. I don't know what we're gonna do now. I'm a little bit tired. I was tired most of the day. I just really wanted to stream and do Parasite Eve and finish it up. Yeah, I guess it is just like some random guy that she's with. He might work for like the police department or something. Or she went by herself. This guy's just some jackass that's here. Either one. It's one of those things. I might wrap up here. Figure out what we're gonna do. Now her name could just be ay. What could her name be this time? It could just be like E. Come on in, Bria. God, I figured she's supposed to be 25 in this. That's so funny. I guess technically, if this existed in present day, she'd be old. She'd still be young enough to be on her parents' insurance, right? They'll like kick you off at 26. It was 24. The mayor's son. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got to keep PP Blast. Nice. Easy. And then we also got to keep Groin. Thank God. Guess you can go to the Chrysler building on day 2 when you get map access. That's not too bad. But if you're like super under-leveled, that would be a huge problem then, I guess. What if you just completely... I'd imagine you just completely dunk on shit up until getting there. Because, like, there's not a damn thing that's going to survive more than one hit from that gun, so... I guess it is a different actor for that guy. Maybe. I don't know. I also love how the guard is apparently, like, in this scene. The dude in the back. The guy who catches on fire and grabs the curtain. But in the new scene that they do towards the end, he's not there. He comes in from, like, off... Didn't he come in from, like, off the screen and, like, he's got, like, a flame or something? Or maybe he leaves and comes back or something. I have no clue. Oh, they kick you off at 24? Maybe the game predicted that. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap up here because I'm a little bit pooped. But we'll probably start something on Monday. I don't know what I'm gonna do because we got Monday is the 29th. So we'd have time to do DMC1 Satan May Sad edition. I think. Yeah. I'm getting all the VODs and everything caught up now, by the way. So if you guys missed the Majora's Mask run, which was fun, but probably one of my least favorite randomizers outside the one that completely just broke. That was mainly my own fault because I made some settings a little bit more difficult than I should have. Yeah, I'm thinking DMC1 if we can next week, and then we can do... I don't know if I'm going to do DMC3 or DMC5 or what for New Year's yet. I got to figure out which one I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm just kind of dead. I'm kind of dead. It's just the holidays, right? You're just end up dead. I love her face change there. She's like... I also love how there's still singing happening, but she is most definitely... She's like, wow, these effects are great. When we did Chair May Cry 5, did we actually do all Chair, or did I like turn that mod off at some point so I could like actually like play the game at all? I feel like we did like a good chunk of it, but I don't really remember. Either way, yeah, so that's I think that we're gonna wrap up Parasite Eve. But that was fun. I'm really glad we did that. Thank you guys so much for all the support and everything. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I think we'll do DMC1 Satan May Sad edition at the beginning of next week. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Sorry about the shorter thing. I'm just kind of dead. So, but yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for all the support. I'll see y'all Monday. We'll do some Satan May Sad 1. I'll see you then. Thank you for everything. Have a good one. Happy post-Bitsmas. Goodbye.